In this video, we're going to talk about all things composite decking. I'm Jacob with Custom Built Design and Remodeling. If you're watching this video, you could be someone who's considering upgrading from wood to composite decking. We're going to cover some of the characteristics of composite and what things you should be looking out for when making the switch. One of the questions I often get is, what is composite decking? Well, it depends, but generally, composite is a combination of multiple ingredients. Now, to get the true ingredients, you're going to have to write the manufacturer yourself and have them send you a proprietary list, which probably isn't going to happen. So, in general terms, we're going to say that it's a combination of recycled plastics, resins, and some sort of organic filler like wood dust or rice hulls, to name two. When we step into composite decking, it is primarily a non-organic product, plastics and resins. So its ability to endure nature, Mother Nature, and decay are very different than a natural wood product. Some manufacturers have a 35-year and even a 50-year fade and stain warranty, which means you can build a deck and probably pass it on to the next generation if you do it right. The most commonly talked about benefit in composite decking is zero maintenance. The idea that you can have a deck and not have to sand it, stain it, waterproof it, or treat it is amazingly appealing for most people. Lots of us have had decks and had to do those things over the years to keep it looking even presentable, not just at its best. Composite decking changes the game where instead of paying for that regular maintenance or having to show up on a weekend and do it yourself, you just build it and forget it. You enjoy it, you live on it, and that is why most people make the jump to a composite deck. Occasionally, the idea of, can I paint my composite deck? Or what if I get tired of the color and I want to stain it a different color? I would say, don't do that. They put a lot of research into making it stain resistant as well as fade resistant. So adding something like a paint or a stain to a composite decking really isn't going to adhere or last like you hope it will. The primary downside is, of course, the initial cost. What does it take to buy the parts and pieces? Tends to be more intricate than a traditional 5/4 wood decking. Another part for many decks is the cost of the railing. As we're thinking about the differences between composite railing systems and wood railing systems, one of the primary things is that because these are attached with metal brackets and fasteners oftentimes, they don't degrade with the weather like wood does. So I'm sure we've all been on a deck where we go to lean on the rail and it just pushes out and you feel like you're about to fall over the edge. We don't have those issues if a railing system that is made of aluminum or a combination of composites and aluminum or wood core, they just don't loosen up over time the same way that wood does. Scratching can be a concern in composite decking, but then again, isn't it also a concern on wood decking? I think the advantage in wood is the whole thing is scratched and it all kind of looks the same, whereas in a composite deck, it all looks pretty clean and pristine, and then you get one scrape across it. It really stands out. So obviously you need to be careful when dragging heavy things across it, as in don't do it. Lift your furniture to move it. Have multiple people help in moving a table from point A to point B, because it will scratch and it can be more difficult to make it disappear because you're not going to just throw a new coat of paint on it next spring. Hopefully I've been able to answer most of your questions, but if you're still curious to learn more, check out our Learning Center. There you'll be able to read articles that go into more detail about your upcoming project. I'm Jacob with Custom Built. Thanks for watching.